1, 2, 3, 4. Is it working?
I think the issue had to do with the echo with the controllers, but I think it's good now. Yes, it sounds good. Okay. I had the controllers mixed up there. All right, we should be good to go. OFL Bowl 18 between the Chiefs and the Giants. What is good, SGYT? Nickinator and Hector, how we doing? Hell Lord Octing. That's definitely what you meant to say. Aiden is weird. You're not wrong. Huskies in 4. What Huskies in 4 plays on their last drive of the season to throw a pick? Is that what Huskies in 4 now means? What is up, Denmark? So along with the OFL Bowl today, we will also be doing awards at halftime. Have I calculated the awards? No, I have not. We're going to do it on the fly, and it's going to be fun. Maybe. But you're getting awards today. So, we really don't have to do anything here. We can just start after Siri picks a user. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. 1. Okay, I have no idea who 1 is. I think the Chiefs were on the left. I do want to make one quick slider change. Can I do it on the Wizards? The Wizards are technically the commissioner. I know this seems like a broken record, but we're going to do +6 to both. There we go. So who do we have winning, the Chiefs or the Giants? I mean, the Chiefs have looked pretty hard to beat, at least on offense, through 2 playoff games, but the Giants are tough. They're a good team. They've had some good stretches throughout the year. The Chiefs do have Savell Smalls and Marlon Mack coming back. I don't know how big of a role Mack is going to play because they're definitely a pass-first team, and their backup running back, I forget his name, Ivory. Yeah, this guy, Trevante Ivory. I don't know why this guy was so good, but he was quite impressive in their 2 playoff games. He wasn't even good during the regular season, but in the playoff games, 9.8 yards a carry, 9.1. But I guess Marlon Mack's going to get most of the load. I think Savell Smalls being back is a bigger deal. The Chiefs have probably the best pass rush in the league. They had 3 double-digit sack guys, Savell Smalls being one of them. So I think the Chiefs are probably the favorite here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Giants win. They are an underdog. They've battled back. They had the wild end against the Vikings, which we don't need to talk about. They were down by a lot against New Orleans. They found a way to win. Why did I delete your Huskies reaction? I didn't delete anything. That would have been someone else. I didn't touch it. All right, what jerseys do we want? I don't think neither coach is here. Can we rig for the Giants coach? The Chiefs coach is going to get a Mickey Mouse. To be fair, I know the Chiefs coach hasn't been active, and that job may be opening up in the offseason. Although Meals did comment on last night's video, so for what it's worth, he's alive. And well, Naruto wants the 1980s. Good. That means Naruto's going to win because these are their best jerseys. Do we have any preference for the Chiefs? Do we want them to wear red, white? Be funny to see Mac Jones throw it away. That'd be ironic is what it would be. 1 vote for red. I kind of want to see red too. Red versus blue. Red, white, and blue. The true American classic. Am I right? All right, speak up or forever hold your peace. Are we good with these jerseys? All right. The Chiefs are an 87, the Giants are an 85, so these two teams aren't at the exact top of the league in ratings, but still quite high. OFL Bowl 18 in Arlington, Texas at Jerry's World. Do the Cowboys exist in this league? No, they don't. But their stadium is still around, I guess, for the OFL Bowl. Josh Allen running through the Gatorade table. The Giants are also running through Gatorade. This just seems like a Buffalo Bills type of thing to do, to run through the Gatorade table before the game. Both of these coaches technically have rings, but they're both about as Mickey Mouse of championship rings as you can get. Mills won it in the sim year, which didn't end up saving, and Naruto won it in OFL 20 when he was handed a God Squad. So they both have won the championship before, but in the most fraudulent way possible. So today, one of those two coaches will have a real ring with their Mickey Mouse ring. When are the awards? The awards are going to be at halftime of this game. We're going to calculate them together. Where do you rank a bunch of coaches after this season? Probably pretty high, because your team did end up making a strong run to the conference finals. Giants quarterback Mac Jones tore his ACL heading out of the shower. Aaron Baines type beat, and quarterback Hector Estrada will suit up for the Giants. Well, in that case, we can just sim out the rest of the game because we know the Chiefs are going to win. All right, let's get the show on the road. The Giants are going to open up on offense first, which means we'll get a look at everybody's favorite, Mac. Throw it away on the Hail Mary. Mac and cheese. McCorkle himself, Mac Jones, who has been very good throughout the playoffs. He's been super accurate. He's been super efficient. The Giants have some talent on offense. Saquon Barkley, who caught the game winner against the Vikings, which we don't need to talk about. CeeDee Lamb as well, who is the biological father of A.J. Terrell. Darnell Mooney is on this team as well. They've got some good pieces, and obviously the Chiefs, as we talked about earlier, have the best pass rush in the league. And with Savell Smalls being back healthy, they've got him, Jadeveon Clowney, Fletcher Cox. Ooh, that was nearly intercepted. I think they also have Chris Jones as well, so they've got a lot. Would my ring count as a Mickey Mouse ring? No, probably not, because your team was really bad last year. So it's not like Naruto in OFL 20, where he was handed one of the most loaded rosters in the league, who had made the OFL Bowl 4 years in a row. Josh Allen broke his neck because of some guy named Denmark, and Dan will replace him. Dan versus Hector Estrada, the OFL Bowl everybody wanted. What was that? Okay. So that Aiden kid was weird. Yes, he was. But I think we were all weird when we were 10. What if I invite Omni to this stream? Then Hector's throw power is going to be at 0. Did you miss anything? Not really. We just went through the first drive for the Giants, which was a 3-and-out. Here's the Kansas City offense led by Josh Allen, who, of course, was unreal in the divisional round, throwing for 560 yards and 70 touchdowns. In the conference championship, he wasn't as good, but he was still quite good, helping the Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens. And on the first play of the game, he's going to heave it deep downfield, incomplete. He'll overthrow it. How did both Josh Allen and Mahomes out-throw Hector? Probably because they have friggin' cannons. And they're just better. At least you didn't allow 58 points. That's true. If I was the Wizards, I'd be sick. Scoring 52 points and losing. Especially after that dramatic wildcard win. I know we always say how fun the Wizards are to watch, but I would say so far, I don't think there's an argument that the two most exciting playoff games have been the Wizards games. I mean, the Wizards, every time we watch them, are box office TV. 3-9 incomplete, 3-and-out. Good start for both defenses, and I think these two teams are stronger on offense. So I'm a little bit surprised to see the defense is looking good early. Jacoby Brissett did lead you to a first-round bye over. Well, didn't Hector clinch it already? Or did you play Jacoby Brissett and he clinched it? Was the Chiefs-Wizards game the best OFL game ever? That's got to be up there. Easily the best in OFL 22. I would still make an argument for the game in OFL 20. My first OFL Bowl win largely because, I mean, that was an OFL bowl, and the ending of that game was wild. But I would say the best game from start to finish itself, if you take out the context of the game itself, is probably Chiefs-Wizards. I've never seen anything like that. Although Tigers-Broncos in a wild card round of Season 1 was close. But I would say in a vacuum, I don't think you can really argue against picking the Chiefs and the Wizards. That game was just unbelievable. Here's our first big offensive play of the game. The Giants bringing it to the 21. Who's 11? Is that Mooney? That doesn't look like... Oh, it is Mooney. Okay, never mind. Chiefs, Wizards. I wouldn't say it was much better. I mean, OFL Bowl 5 was one of the most wild endings I've ever seen, and that was a championship game. Keep in mind. I mean, both the Niners and the Patriots had the game on the line multiple times and clutched up each time. Did an offensive lineman just catch that? Number 70. I don't know who that is. Lined out as a third tight end. Some offensive tackle. Didn't Denmark say he'd sneak into the locker room and break someone's neck? I mean, Josh Allen's available. Second and 4, Barkley jukes his way in the end zone for a touchdown, and the New York Football Giants strike first at Saquon Barkley, who makes it 7-0. There's a part of me that would feel a little bit better about our playoff loss if the Giants won this game. So there's a part of me that kind of wants to see the Giants win, but the Chiefs are a really fun team, and they've been dominant throughout the entire season. Although the Giants have been good for most of the year. They started slow, but then they went on that big win streak. We can have Mahomes join the Giants so you can have Mahomes and Allen again. That sounds like a perfect idea. Thoughts on Ashton Aluko? Did you just put him in as a created player? I didn't know there was another Aluko. Hold on. Huh. I'll be damned. The more Alukos, the better, I guess. Since there's so many custom players, it's been hard to keep track, but I'm probably going to organize it again today, like I did a few days ago by position. Third and 2, nice conversion. We do have a flag. This one could be coming back. Yep, that's going to be a hold on the Chiefs. They called that flag after he crossed the first down marker too, so that's more just a stupid penalty, if anything, on Trent Williams. As good as the Chiefs' defensive line is, their offensive line is right up there as well. Trent Williams, they have another superstar. I couldn't tell you who that is off the top of my head. On 3rd and 12, Allen is incomplete. The Giants look good early. Their defense has been very impressive. I was a little bit worried about their defense going into the game, but they look quite good so far. It's crazy that the Aluko family is better than the West frauds. I don't know if I would agree with that yet. Yeah, I would probably give the Westwoods the edge, but it's close. SGYT or Eastme? You mean as a coach? I mean, obviously you. I mean, Eastme wasn't a coach very long, and he didn't do a whole lot. So I don't think that's much of a debate. Oh, as a person. Oh, I mean, I guess Eastmu annoys more people, although I don't have a huge problem with him. Onwusu versus the Wiggins family. That's a good question. Ooh. That's tough, because with the Wiggins, I mean, Nigel Wiggins was a stud at wide receiver, and of course Zaire Wiggins at corner with the Jaguar series. He's one of the best defensive players I've ever used. But the Onwusu's make it close. Obviously, Coco Onwusu, I think, won a couple Super Bowl MVPs at quarterback. And then in the Eagles series at safety, Joko Onwusu, who was also really good in the Westlake series, he's a Pro Bowl caliber player as well. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the Wiggins, but that's close. Me or Ismu is I mean, if you're going to ask me or Ismu, I mean, with all due respect to Ismu, I think we know the answer. LeBron James or Dan, if you guess wrong, it's going to be bad. Guess? I don't have a guess. I know the answer. The answer is Dan, obviously. There's also that Falcons quarterback, you're right, Loco Nwosu, who played at Michigan. He doesn't really count as much because he was never on, like, my team. But I guess the Nwosus have 3 siblings if the Wiggins only have 2. So I guess that would be a slight edge towards them. Nice throw. Is that Saquon again? I think. That'll wrap up the first quarter. Very one-sided start. It has been all big blue. The Giants lead 7-0, and they have the ball, I think, in the red zone at this point. Still convinced Aiden is GSU. That'd be funny. I hope the Giants blow a 28-3 lead. That would be funny. I mean, I think the Chiefs' offense has the ability to come back from that, but and since it is the OFL Bowl, even if it is like a blowout, we're not going to sim because it is a championship. Illegal block in the back on Elijah Moore. Aiden or Hector or Ismo? Can I pick or? Me or SGYT as a coach? That's a good question because both of you just had your best season, and I think both of you have your teams in good directions. I would probably say the two of you are in like that same tier of like rising coaches. Certainly not on that top level yet, but both made the playoffs for the first time this year. You both have really good rosters, and I think your teams are well built for the future. What is my opinion on running backs, like in real life or in the game? Because those are two very different answers. In the game, I think running back is one of the 3 to 5 most important positions. Nice touchdown for 81. Is that Jonnu? It is Jonnu Smith. So the Giants lead 14-0. So I think running backs are super important in the game. That's why I always prioritize that in fantasy draft. In real life, I think having a good group of running backs is important. I don't think you need one, like, stud. I mean, you can have, like, a Tennessee Titans situation where it's just Derrick Henry. But most teams are, you know, having more than one back, which is probably smart. Even, like, some of the best running backs, like Jonathan Taylor has a partner in crime. Nick Chubb is a partner in crime. Dalvin Cook, kind of. I mean, Alexander Madison doesn't really play a lot when Dalvin Cook is healthy. But when Dalvin Cook is out, Alexander Madison's a friggin' stud. Are you in rising coaches or in whatever tier is below that? I would say so. I think you've done a good job. You've just been unlucky. Even though you haven't made the playoffs, I think for the most part you've done a good job of building the core. Aiden versus Omni. I mean, at least with Aiden, he wasn't... I mean, we only had 15 minutes of him being annoying. Omni I've known for years, and he has not changed. So... no one's below Omni. No one. At Olive Garden eating some din din. What time is it for you for eating din din? I mean, I guess I do eat din din kind of early. So I don't really have room to talk, but it's only 4:20. 4:20 plays it. What if the Giants win by 3 touchdowns or more? Then the Naruto gets a cookie for building a good football team. Aiden or Hector or Ismu or Omni or Theo or that guy Star. Oh, God, not Star. Maybe he's the one guy below Omni, because Omni is probably not a total racist. Or is probably the correct answer to the question. I agree with Denmark. Marlon Mack finally got the ball. I mean, he got it on that one play earlier, but it was called back. Yeah, I think overly sensitive is one way to put it. I mean, Hector said the word hell, and this kid's acting like he's never seen that word in his life. How bad is your situation with the Bats? I don't think the Bats are in that bad of a position. You guys made the playoffs last year, and you won a playoff game. That game against the Rams was friggin' wild. But, I mean, the NFC East is pretty tough. The Giants are, well, here, winning the OFL Bowl. The Black Knights are real good. Washington is one of the best rosters in the league. So I think you're in a tough division, but Dak Prescott and Kareem Hunt have both proven to be really good. So I think if you have a good offseason and use your money wisely, but are also aggressive, there's no reason to think the Bats can't win 9-10 games next year if all goes well. Where do I rank all time? Well, if you win this game, you're going to rank pretty high. And it looks like it'll remain a 2-score game as the Chiefs are going to tack on a field goal. What did this Aiden guy do? So he came in the server. First thing he said, his first 5 messages is about how Nikola Jokic is overrated. And he doesn't give any reasoning. He just says, hot take, I think Nikola Jokic is overrated. Which, for me, that's code for you don't know ball. But that's what he starts with. And then I think we were talking about the draft. And the Shamrocks coach was like, ooh, I'm excited. I had the top 2 picks. Makes sense. And then this Aiden kid's like, I had the 12th pick. The problem is Aiden's not a coach here. So that doesn't make sense. How do you have the 12th pick and you're not a coach here? So Hector is like, who the hell are you? And then this kid's panties are all in a bunch because he's never seen the word hell before. So that's what happened for those who missed it this morning. Most valuable player in Survivor. Based on the past 2 challenges, not me. I feel like I could be doing better, although I am confident about the next one. Me versus who Jokic is. Well, Jokic doesn't nuke people and break people's necks, so that's probably you by default. It was so hard not to cuss at him. I mean, you could probably say some random curse word and he wouldn't know what it means. Has there ever been a division where everyone made the playoffs? No! But in the preseason sim at the beginning of the year, that happened in 2 divisions, and they both, in the second round, it was before AFC West teams and before NFC North teams. What a catch by CeeDee Lamb. The Giants are literally dominating. You can tell, I think he said he's 10. Because I think I had said prior, there's no way this kid is, over the age of 10, and then he said, he is 10. Did I see that? I did see the catch. I wasn't looking down. I just was making an earlier point. All right, 2-minute warning here in the first half. The Giants are continuing to dominate. I did not see this coming whatsoever. This is a major surprise to me. Also, at halftime, remember, we're doing the award ceremony, although it's not really a ceremony. Nice throw by Mack in the back of the end zone for Elijah Moore, who gets the touchdown. I think Mack's easily the MVP of the game right now, as it's 21-3. 28-3 is very possible. In the preseason sim, the Ravens and Giants made the... Oh, did they? I know the Ravens won it once. I didn't realize they played against the Giants. That is ironic. I don't really remember how the Chiefs did throughout the sims. I know the AFC West was always good. And I know the Broncos were usually the best team. They won 2 of the 4 championships. We are doing the awards, yes. I haven't counted them or tallied them yet, but I have a general idea of who won. So that'll take a few minutes here at halftime. The 28-3 comeback is almost ready to commence. The Chiefs were always in the playoffs. Okay, that makes sense. So the Chiefs were always destined to be good. Hope they blow it in 10 minutes like the Texans. Oh yeah, the Texans were up 24-0 at the end of the first quarter against the Chiefs, and then at halftime they were down. That was funny. I remember that. That game was so weird. That was literally the death of the Houston Texans. Ever since that game, their franchise has gone so far down. That game literally killed their organization. Bill O'Brien trades DeAndre Hopkins. The Texans suck. The Deshaun Watson stuff comes out, and all hell breaks loose. And that was only, 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago? 3rd and 6. The Chiefs are going to get it. They don't have a lot of time. They should call a timeout, yeah. They blew a 24-0 lead in 10 minutes and 2 seconds. The Atlanta Falcons wish they could do that. Why are the Chiefs running short passes? I mean, they were literally airing it out the entire time against the Wizards, and it worked. 3rd and 4. Speak of the devil. Josh Allen heaves it up, and it is caught. I told you, launch it deep. They should call their timeout now, because they have a long way to go to the line of scrimmage. Or waste 10 seconds. Sure, that sounds great. At least we still have the Astros, I guess. Yeah, you still got the Astros. Other than that, it's pretty rough down there. University of Houston football is fun. I don't know. Ooh, are they going to be able to run another play? I don't think so. Nope. He shouldn't have gone up the middle. That was his big mistake. So that'll wrap up the first half. It is all New York. The Giants lead this game 14-3. No, they lead 21-3. I can't count. So far, this game has not been very close. I was expecting more from the Chiefs. Who is Omni? Oh boy, where do we begin? So I first met this kid probably 4 years ago in like a basketball sim league, and he was just kind of weird. He always seemed to just have drama follow around him. I don't know why, but he just was trouble. He joined the OFL like last summer, and he had a player named Adrian Assblaster on his team, who was this like really high draft pick at defensive end. He was a good player, but Omni wants to be all mature. He's like, no, I'm going to trade him because he has a bad word in his name. And then he was pulling like Martin Luther King quotes out for no reason at all. It was just a mess. All right, awards time. Let's see here. So when I initially made the poll, I think I copied one of Hector's stats wrong, so I kind of had to redo part of it. But I think it saved the vote for like which version of Hector's stats it was, so I think it'll be fine. Imagine draft. He didn't draft him though, so Adrian Assblaster was already on the Bills. Omni picked the Bills, and he wanted to trade him just because of the name, which was stupid. I have a dream that I don't have Assblaster on my team. All right, we're gonna start with Offensive Player of the Year. All right, I'm gonna write some of this down just so it's easy to remember. Okay, so Offensive Player of the Year was very close between Derrick Henry and Joe Mixon at the top. But just by a hair, it's going to go to Derrick Henry of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Joe Mixon in second. Ezekiel Elliott takes third pretty convincingly. Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald won first place by a landslide. It looks like Myles Garrett got second. And I think Jamel Dean got third. Montez Sweat was also kind of in the race as well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dan ended up winning. Andy Morrison Jr. gets second, very close over Chiefs wide receiver Emmett Barton. Defensive Rookie of the Year was super close, but the winner was linebacker Stephen Miller of the Bucks. Lynn Barlow, safety on the Bucks, finished in second. Coach of the Year, the first place winner of that was Hector. Second place was SGYT, and third place was Cobra with Bacher close behind. The meme of the year, just barely by one vote, was Aaron Rodgers sucking the entire season and then playing well right at the end to eliminate his former team. The preseason simulations were pretty close behind, along with, in third place, the worst teams from last season, the Huskies, Ravens, Beats, and Black Knights being among the best teams. So definitely a three-way race there. And then MVP was very close. I'm going to have to tally this up just to make sure I get it right. It was mainly a two-way race between Mahomes and Hector. But ultimately, Hector ended up winning first place. Mahomes got second. And then third, there was a few guys in the mix there. I would probably say, according to this pie chart, I think it looks like Joe Burrow probably would have gotten the most points. Joe Mixon was also pretty close as well. Jordan Love also not too far behind. So those are our awards. If you want an award, you're special. If not, you're still special. All right, time for the second half. This game has not been very close. The Giants are dominating the Kansas City Chiefs, 21-3. Who did I vote for again? Let me check. I'm kind of curious now. I don't remember all of my votes. Oh, my vote's not even in here. I deleted my vote because it had like something. I think I forgot to vote for one of them. So my vote wasn't even in here. But I think for the most part, the voters got that right. So, yeah, I don't think the awards would have really changed had I been able to vote. Is there a Simcast in OFL Bowls or no? No, there's no Simcast. Otherwise, this would be a Simcast because it is a 3-score game. But if this game remains a blowout, then we're hopefully going to be able to find our own fun over the next 17 and a half minutes. There was no need to tally MVP when Jordan Stout won. Who had the best votes? What do you mean who had the best votes? Like which person? Everybody's vote was equally special. Won the championship, he beat real life by 20 points in Game 7. How do you get blown out by 20 in a game? Well, I guess the Suns got blown out by like 50 in real life, but still. How many votes did you get? You got a very large majority of the second place votes, hence why, you got second. Yeah, you got 13 of 25 second place votes. You got 6 first place votes, which was second behind Hector, who won by a landslide. He had 16 first place votes. And then third was pretty close between Cobra and Bacher. I think the 4 of you guys, Hector, SGYT, Cobra, and Bacher, would be the easy choice to win Coach of the Year most seasons, because those were the 4 worst teams in the league last year, and then this year all those teams won their divisions. But since they all did it, only one can win Coach of the Year. Nearly a water punt, but the Chiefs can't get anything right today. Where do I give my MVP speech? DM it to Aiden. There you go. Mac Jones is sacked. Hey, there's a Chiefs pass rush. It's Jadeveon Clowney with the play. Houston is a cursed city when it comes to sports. The succubus is still sucking us dry. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. I mean, the Texans, enough said. The Rockets were so close to winning multiple championships throughout the decade, and now they kind of suck, although it seems like they're going in the right direction. Maybe. And then the Astros, they won a championship, but at what cost? I'll do it if Aiden's... Yes. I don't know if Aiden knows how to block. I mean, he clearly doesn't know how to leave. He said he was going to leave 5 times and never did. Yeah, the Rockets are like the Bills in the 90s, but instead of losing in 4 straight Super Bowls, it was like always losing right before the finals. Of course, the 27 missed 3s in a row. And the Rockets were better than Golden State that year. And they would have obviously beaten Cleveland in the finals. So if they had, shot mediocrely from 3, James Harden and Chris Paul both probably have championship rings. What is good, Nick? Welcome in. Bill O'Brien said, quote, F it, we'll blame it all on D-Hop. He said he was installing Discord. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Oh, he probably meant uninstalling. But he probably doesn't know how to do that because he probably has parental controls on his iPad. No way that kid has a phone. Michael Gallup is hurt. As if things could get any worse for the Chiefs. Don't forget for Roughnecks, they were undefeated and going to win the championship. And then, yeah. Was that the team that PJ Walker was on? Second best quarterback in the XFL behind our Lord and Savior, Tyree Jackson. Have I ever had parental controls? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, maybe I did when I was like our good friend Aiden's age. I don't know. Believe it or not, I was once that young. If we do retro... Well, Tyree Jackson probably wouldn't be in the game, though. Because Tyree Jackson only entered the league like 4 years ago. He was in the same QB class as Kyler Murray. And I remember my big hot take was that Tyree Jackson was going to be a better pro quarterback than Daniel Jones. Nice interception by Minka. Obviously, I was wrong about that. But, yeah, Tyree Jackson's only been in the league like 3-4 years. He's only like 25. You know, he still has upside to be Walmart Josh Allen. Since Minka got that interception, does that mean he's automatically going to win OFL Bowl MVP? Because this game loves handing out the award to people who get interceptions, even if they're meaningless plays. Like that one. Savell Smalls with the sack. The Chiefs' pass rush has been pretty good today. Nothing else about their team has, but at least they've gotten to the quarterback. What's better, Madden Mobile franchise with 1 minute and 30-second quarters and injuries, or Retro Ball franchise? Well, I've never really played Retro Ball, so I can't really answer that. But I also haven't played Madden Mobile in like 5 years. Oh, a safety! Is that Savell Smalls again? It's 21-5. You know, technically it's a 2-score game. Chiefs get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They get another touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and we're tied up. But now there's not going to be any 28-3 leads. Octi's mic died. No, I just didn't say anything for 20 seconds. I was getting a drink. Now I'm going to break Josh Allen's neck. He deserves it. You got to break his neck with a table. You know, pure Bills Mafia style. At the Royals and at the Chiefs. I'll name my Retro Bowl coach Octavius Gaming. How sweet. You're not of legal age. I was drinking water. I wished we could do a drinking stream. That would be interesting. But no, I don't drink beer. I was drinking water. Why do bad coaches get rewarded? I don't think Naruto's a bad coach anymore, though. I mean, he built this team on his own. I don't think he's a bad coach. So, I mean, yeah, he doesn't always make the smartest decisions, but it's not like his first Mickey Mouse reign where he was handed a really good team. He drafted this team, he's made all of their moves, and here they are winning the OFL Bowl most likely. The Giants are not as good on paper as, say, you guys, but, I mean, they're still an 85 overall. They're still a top, I don't know, 12 to 15 roster. And some teams just get luckier than others. And they've played really well and watched playoff games, and in the playoff game we simcasted, they won by 30. So they're doing something right. Although, look at the Chiefs. They can make it a one-score game. If they get this 2-point conversion, it's a one-score game. So Kansas City's not totally out of it. This 2-point conversion is really important, though. All right, it's a one-score game. Look at the Chiefs. Down 21-3 like 3 minutes ago. I've always had the rule not to do simcast in OFL Bowl games. You were not the one who suggested that. A stream where Octi plays MLB The Show where he sat for spring training, stream while drunk. What if I did the 12-hour stream while drunk? I mean, I can't. That's illegal. But that would be funny. I think YouTube would take it down, and that's literally against the law. Because I'm not of age, but still. Does Hector get an attributes boost? I mean, he probably got XP in-game, so I think because of that he'll get some attribute points. I don't think he'll go up in dev unless he was high in a certain statistical category. Alright, so that'll wrap up the third quarter. The Chiefs are kind of back in the game. They're only down by 8. When is a 12-hour stream? I don't know. I've been saying that I'm waiting until my PC comes in the mail, and it's supposed to come today. It was supposed to be here earlier. They said it was going to be here before 12, and it's well after 12, but that's supposed to be here, so I'm going to try to set it up this weekend. The 12-hour stream won't be within like the next week or two, because I have a vacation in a couple weeks, and I, for one thing, can't do it then. And before that, I need to get ahead on videos. But maybe sometime after that, I think, is when it could happen. If the Giants... I'm not yelling that. I'm not going to do that. So that they did call it a fumble, but, of course, I missed the big play when I'm looking down. But it looks like Saquon's down, so this play is going to be reversed. When is my vacation? We leave Sunday the 7th and get back that Friday. I think Madden for EA Access comes the Thursday before, so in pretty much 2 weeks. So because of my trip being then, I'm going to make sure the entire offseason's done before I leave. That way I can have the preseason when I'm gone. So everybody can do their roster stuff. I'm going to have my console on my trip, so I can still use it, but I'm not going to want to, like, stream the draft and stuff when I'm down. So I'll still be able to make roster moves, like, at night, because everybody in my extended family is asleep by, like, 10 o'clock. Instead of being drunk, you should wear the drunk goggles. I mean, that would work. That's not illegal. Another nice game for Saquon, who's been good today. I don't think he's been as good as Mac in terms of OFL Bowl MVP, but Saquon's been quite good. I wonder if we didn't choke, if we would be in this position. And with how the Chiefs playing, there's a chance we would win. Although I don't think we are better than the Chiefs, but going into today, I didn't think the Giants were better either. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. One bad turnover, and the Chiefs are like definitely back in it. When your parents ask why you bought drunk goggles. 2007 Patriots or 1972 Dolphins? I don't know enough about the 72 Dolphins to really answer that question. And I didn't watch football in 2007, so it's not like I followed the Patriots that season, but I know how dominant they were, which they were pretty dominant. So I mean, the Patriots team was probably better on paper, but again, I don't know enough about that 72 Dolphins team to really answer the question. 3rd and 20, they get 21. That's huge. Dalton Schultz, his first catch. They have Dalton Schultz and Jonnu Smith. Wow, that's a nice little tight end room. With a good three-headed monster receiver, obviously Saquon and Mac Jones. Saquon loses 3, though. Wrapped up by Chad Muma. What is my main source of earning money? YouTube ads. Look at the clock. Only around 4 minutes to go. Jones heaves it up. It is caught, but I don't think that's a first down because of forward progress. No, it's 3rd and 1. You are finally here. Well, welcome for coming in anyway, C-Mill. Never gotten an ad in your videos. Well, that's weird. I mean, unless you bought YouTube Premium, then I guess, I don't know, you're lucky. Saquon gets the first. Yeah, the Chiefs really need a turnover. Ooh, Fletcher Cox is hurt. A turnover is really Kansas City's best bet. Chad Muma, a real Chad. Saquon just mauling through defenders into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. And the New York Football Giants are back up by 2 scores. I can't count. The Chiefs had that nice little stretch where they scored 10 in a row, where they're going to need a big comeback. Is there a Survivor Challenge tonight? I think there is. Isn't there? I don't remember what time, but I think there is. Yeah, 8:30. The Giants are back up by 60. Per sources. Well, which sources are those? So the Chiefs have 3:33, Illuminati confirmed, left to go here in the fourth quarter. Gain of 17 for Mac. We have training camp, and you lost your cleats. How do you lose your cleats? I don't know. Buy new ones? This gives you an excuse to get better cleats, I guess. Was the last challenge good? I thought it was creative. I thought it was well executed, and obviously, we won, so that adds bonus to it. It wasn't until Garrett's brain turned into mashed potatoes. I mean, Wikipedia said that, Baker got the scholarship from Wyoming, but I guess be a little bit careful with the sources. Although that might be true. As long as you don't make any more cringe jokes, we'll be guaranteed to win again. So what, I can't make any more Casey shockingly losing jokes? It's Wikipedia. I said it last night. I think, at least in the school system, teachers try to talk down Wikipedia because it gives answers. It is a little bit illegitimate at times, so they're not totally wrong in saying that Wikipedia isn't the most reliable, but I also think it gets a bad rap. 5 years, $50 million with unlimited ring pops. That's the most important part of the contract. They got to get out of bounds. What are they doing? They got to move quick. Can't get an offer from a place that doesn't exist. True dat. Nice throw in the end zone for a touchdown. It's back to a one-score game. Tight end O.J., the juice man Howard. So they're probably... Oh, they're reviewing it. Are they reviewing whether he was in bounds or whether he was, in the end zone? Because he might have been at the 1. I think that's what they're reviewing. He definitely got his feet in. I mean, his knee was down before, but he fell on the pylon, so that should be a touchdown, right? That should count. The Chiefs are actually playing, yeah. It doesn't look good. Okay, it's going to stand. It doesn't look good, but they're not out of it. Is this a way worse game than OFL Bowl 17? Assuming the Giants chew out the clock and win, this game isn't as good as OFL Bowl 17, but I wouldn't say way worse. If I were to rank all the OFL Bowls, this one is probably a little bit closer to the bottom. But I don't know if it's dead last. Maybe if the Giants had continued to blow them out, it would have been there. Ooh, they're going for the onside kick. And it is recovered by the Giants. The Chiefs need to keep them out of field goal range. So first down pretty much ends it. Because 1, it puts the Giants in field goal range, and 2, the Chiefs only had 3 timeouts in a minute 29. How does Denmark know every OFL Bowl scores and stats? Denmark was here always stalking us. We just didn't know. Can we go back in week and force win the Ravens? Yeah, really. Saquon got it. With a minute 19 left and the Chiefs only having 1 timeout, that's a ball game. I mean, the Giants can just kneel out the clock at this point. That's what they're going to do. The Giants are in the best formation, victory formation, and the New York Giants are going to win OFL Bowl 18. Congratulations to Coach Naruto. He has won his second OFL Bowl championship. His first ring might have been, a Mickey Mouse ring, but you cannot argue. This is a real championship ring that his team has earned, and he is now joined the rankings of coaches like me, RNP, Roberto, Alpo, Hobie, as all multi-time champions. Naruto is not making... Oh, they're kicking a field goal for good measure. Doink! He missed it. Well, it's not going to matter. The New York Giants have done it. Macaroni and Cheese himself, McCorkle Jones, leads his team to the OFL Bowl championship. I've got to assume Mac is going to win OFL Bowl MVP, right? You could make an argument for Saquon Barkley, but I think it's got to be Mac. And you could argue this was Mac's worst playoff game. That just shows how good he's been throughout the entire postseason. We are living in a world where Naruto is a multi-time champion. I don't think we can really meme Naruto anymore. This is a real ring. This is not Mickey Mouse at all. There's Mac Jones. He's going to hold up the Lombardi Trophy as a member of the New York Giants. Look at that. Macaroni and Cheese man himself. The New York Giants win their first reign in OFL history. Yeah, because they lost the same year in Madden 21. So this is their, as a team, first championship. I think in terms of the game itself, it wasn't some crazy game, but it wasn't a bad game, especially because the Chiefs made it interesting in the second half. The Giants were up 21-3 at halftime. It looked like they were going to kill them. And the Chiefs made it competitive. Credit to them. Although it was too little too late. Mac Jones is that dude. Saquon Barkley was very good as well. Marlon Mack caught 10 passes. Okay. The Chiefs had a bunch of sacks. 2 for Savell Smalls, 2 for Jadeveon Clowney, 1 for Cox. Minka Fitzpatrick had the pick. Mac Jones got that dog in him. The 1980s jerseys did it. I agree. All right, so we're going to sim the week. We're going to see who won the OFL Bowl MVP, and then that'll pretty much wrap it up. How come Naruto gets to have 2, but I can't have any? People are like Naruto. He built this team. OFL Bowl MVP will go to Saquon over Mac. Interesting. I mean, it's close. I think you can make an argument for both Saquon Barkley and Mac Jones, so I'm not going to totally disagree with it. What about Pro Bowl? We already passed the Pro Bowl. That's over. Is this the regression stage? No, that's next week with re-signings. I don't think regression is here yet, right? Here, let me find an older player. Chris Jones. He will have regressed. He's 31. Oh, okay, so players did regress. Clearly not a lot. Zach Morton's still a 98. I think this is before retirement. Yeah, okay, regression is here. So, I'm going to get through re-signings today or tomorrow. 3 agencies going to be this week. And then I want to have the draft next Friday or Saturday. As I said, I have my trip on next Sunday, so I want to have the offseason done by then. The roster video will be after re-signing, so I don't think it lets me check retirement to this stage. I would have to sim a week, which I just want to make sure everything is set up for re-signings before I sim. Check down. Why do we need to check down? I mean, he exists. He didn't regress. He's 21. He's not going to be regressing for a while. Check my team in the adjust lineup thing. Okay, if anyone wants to see their team in the adjust lineup thing, put your team in the chat, and I'll do that real quick. And then you can also see your teams overall. So it's like a mini roster video, kind of. Where am I going? I want the Niners. There they are. I was going to say, did the game relocate them again? How's Dan in 81? He's not. He's in 91. All right, here are the Niners. If anybody does have retirement, I don't think they will show in this stage. Whatever happened to that one, like, safety? Was it this guy? UMass? Oh, New Hampshire. Lorenzo Mack. Okay, that's who it was. All right, I'm going to go in order of when I say them. So the next one I see is the Ravens. Led by the man, the myth, the legend, Dan. What a stud. Only X Factors and stars. Interesting. Defense is a little bit more colorful. I don't know if Jamel Dean already had superstar. He probably did go up considering he led the league in picks. Octi is blind, confirmed. How am I blind? The Ravens were first. How does Dan have an X Factor? Well, Dan was drafted with X Factor. So he didn't go up. He already had it. Next is the OFL Bowl champion Giants. Why did I didn't give Dan to the Ravens. The Ravens picked him. I didn't give them anyone. Remember, they almost didn't pick Dan. The Giants went down to an 83. I guess regression kind of hit them hard. But it's worth it because they all have rings. I did not give Dan to the Ravens. I'd never created Dan. He was Denmark's idea. He was Denmark's idea, and SGYT drafted him. I just happened to make Dan good because Denmark was willing to stay in a shed for a whole day for him. Yeah, Hector does not go up. He remains at Superstar. He's only an 81 if you don't count him morale, which gives him a +4 boost. Bryce Hall definitely did not have Superstar. It makes sense that he went up because he had a really good year. Browns is next. Then the Cardinals, and then I'll check our team. Although, first, I do want to see one thing real quick. Would Tom Brady still be in the roster? Again, the retirement stage is next week, so he probably will be. He's what, 48? 48 years old. Grandpa. Dante Jackson went up to Superstar. Do I want him? If he's not overly expensive, then yes, I do. Hector in game has a D-bag face. That's Xander Vanderwall's face. Don't be mean to Xander Vanderwall. Did JOK always have X Factor? Well, now he does. The Cardinals and then us. Nope, that's not the Cardinals. That's the Cardinals. Dan is not just better than Hector, but ratings-wise, a lot better. JOK was X Factor last year. Okay. 48-year-old. Well, he'll probably return. Will he return as the Tigers quarterback? I don't know, because apparently they want to get rid of him. Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love got 4th. So I don't think he was last, but okay. Black Knights want theirs. Trayvon Smith time. I think Trayvon Smith should get an opportunity to start somewhere, but it seems like Jax wants to get somebody in the trade market, like a Bryce Young or a Trevor Lawrence, somebody like that. When do trades open? Trades open after re-signings, once the roster video is up. Re-signings I'm probably going to have up tonight. Since I need to get the offseason done within a week, I have extra reason to go fast. So re-signings is probably only going to be like, what, maybe 3 days? Free agency might be like 3 days, and then we'll get right to the draft. Although scouting is going to be thrown in like during re-signings, I think. Should I trade for Trayvon Smith and put him at fullback? I mean, you can do whatever you want. Did we have anybody go up? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Did AJ Terrell always have superstar? That'd be ironic if he was one player who went up. He didn't. Okay, so nobody went up. Yeah, AJ Terrell's a 90 if you don't count in morale. So if anybody wants him, he is more than available. Is Justin Flo hurt? I don't know why he wouldn't be in there, but okay. Am I paying Pittman? It depends on how much he wants. Ooh, we should check cap space real quick. I'm actually kind of curious about that. Team salaries. Do I want to Dafe Owe and a lot of picks? I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but I don't know if that's going to be enough considering how much people are offering. So most teams have like a ton of money. The Beats don't, but the Beats also have less people to re-sign. And then everybody else probably has at least like 150, I think. But Browns barely have 150. But Bucks are that low? Huh, okay. And the Bucks are bad too. That's kind of odd. The Huskies are barely over 150. The Jags are only at 130. I thought we were saying only 130, like that's not a ton. The Ravens are only at 129. I think Dublin is the most. I don't think anyone has more than 211. Re-signings aren't showing up here, but there will be a re-signing video out probably tonight. I'm probably going to want that in by like Monday, and then free agency might be Monday through Thursday, and the draft might be Friday. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So, we'll see. Can I trade for money? No, we did that in OFL 19, and it was a disaster. What was yours? Yours was shown in there somewhere, but you have at least 160 probably. So yeah, that'll wrap it up. I hope everybody, I cannot speak. Hope everybody enjoyed the OFL Bowl and another great season of OFL football. We've got the off season this week, draft hopefully next Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to stream it on the PC if that ever comes in the mail, which it better. And yeah, season 4 is going to be starting before we know it. I think we've got 2 more seasons on Madden 22. I'm going to try to move through them quicker, just so we can get to Madden 23 OFL or Retro OFL, whatever we end up picking, sooner rather than later. So that's going to wrap it up. Hope everybody enjoyed. And keep your eyes open for the re-signing announcement, which, again, hopefully will be sometime